Season 3, Episode 2, we had a 2-hour season premiere, A Reasonable Doubt. The title of Episode 2 is A Million and One Questions. So what we thought Toni was asking for was another night of rolling the hay with Louis, but she wants 12 hours just for closure. And this is based on Jax just finally asking Toni's attorney, like, what does she really want? After she tried to double the settlement, she says closure. I had so many questions about this situation. The 12 hours, who picked 12 hours? Why did it have to be overnight? Why do I have to be up all night stressed because my husband is at his ex-side chick's, well, she wasn't even a side chick, mistress's house who he fathered a baby with. How come this couldn't be 12 hours on a Saturday during the day, in the daylight? I had so many questions about that. But the whole scene with him over at Toni's house, unpacking the nursery, we can see that she is just really hurt, very emotional, and it seems like she didn't have anybody to help her through her grief and mourning of her child. She just wanted him to acknowledge that, acknowledge her, acknowledge the son. So even though she still tried to play him and push up on him, which we all knew was coming, Louis stayed strong. But the whole situation of him being over there overnight for 12 hours, I didn't understand it. But the actual scene, the dialogue was really beautiful. The way they laid it out, he needed to cry, he needed to mourn, he needed to grieve. Them doing it together while taking down the nursery. She has gifts from her family that she's never opened. That part of it was very heartwarming. So Jax calls her friend Chanel. We know she is free. She is not the one who actually took her husband out last season. And as a friend, if your friend called you and said, my husband is over his mistress's house for 12 hours, what would you say? What would be your advice in that moment? I love the fact that they have a little nickname for Toni. They call her Honey. But that's what girlfriends do. That's how we support each other. We gonna give you a little bit of that petty along with some good, strong advice. Because you want to help your friend keep their marriage together, but, never forgets why y'all are even in this situation. Another addition to season 3 cast is Cash Doll. She's playing Wendy, the stylist, the girlfriend of Ozzy Edmonds, her assistant. So it's good to see Cash Doll back on our screens after she was taken out on BMF. So the night that Louis is over Toni's house, we get Morris Chestnut. Good to see him back on the screen. Bring Ozzy over to Jax's house because Ozzy fired Jax. He didn't like the advice that she was given. She was giving some good advice. Sir, if your girlfriend is missing, I need for you to act like you are looking for her. I want you to call around. I want you to offer a reward, which he doesn't do. So it makes him either look guilty or he is so stuck in people doing whatever to appease him as the star of the family. He doesn't know how to take advice from another professional. But after Wendy is reported missing, it looks like he is probably going to get arrested. Reasonable Doubt always has a fire soundtrack, and this season is no different. So for this episode, the song of the episode is Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap. Not just the song, but the scene that it is playing behind. We have Ozzy being booked and fingerprinted and his mugshot taken at a police station, opposed to Jax finally showering, getting ready for the day after this incredibly eventful night. Nipsey Hussle is playing in the background and it's just perfect. Reasonable Doubt has fire soundtrack. Ozzy, it may be a little something wrong with him because once he finds out that he's gonna have to turn himself in and she says, they're gonna ask you to identify yourself, he took that as that's a line opportunity. Let me go in the bathroom and practice in the mirror how I'm going to deliver this line of who I am. It was creepy. It was strange. Added to the fact that we don't know whether or not he's guilty or not. But you know how Reasonable Doubt is. It's never always the obvious person. They're good for that. But he is definitely still high on the list because that was very strange behavior. But he's a child star. Because even at the end of him getting booked, one of the officers asked him for his autograph, and he is just cheesing like he's just not been charged, getting bailed out for unaliving his girlfriend. So let me know how you feel about season 3, episode 2. Do you agree with me with the song of the episode, Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap?